First and foremost, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen the Alistair Overeem documentary, The Reem, I suggest you really check that out. It is brilliant. Dan Hardy versus Dwayne Bang Ludwig. Woo! Whoa! Well, first of all, I'm a big fan of both guys. They both always put on great fights. Before this fight, Dan Hardy put out a documentary, and in the documentary he was talking about maybe contemplating retirement, whether he should be an MMA fighter or do something else. And you see that in this fight. After he won, he got very emotional. But the way he won, ooh, it was out of nowhere. It was awesome. He just threw that left hook out, caught Dwayne right on the chin. He went down, and you see Dan Hardy raise his hands up, and then finish him off with the ground and pound. The ref stepped in and stopped the fight, and that was it. Mayhem Miller versus CB Dalloway. Before this fight even started, Mayhem said that if he didn't win, he should retire. That he would retire if he can't beat CB Dalloway. And he called CB a fart face. There was a lot of tension in this fight, and you can see it, especially in round one. In round one, Mayhem rocked CB. It went to the ground. CB controlled him, and Mayhem was looking to finish the fight. In round two, Mayhem caught CB. CB immediately took him down and controlled him. CB had his back so many times in round two, and he barely did anything with it. He was just holding him for the second round, and people were booing. I do have to say, Mayhem trains with Mark Munoz. You would think that he would have tremendous takedown defense training with Mark Munoz, but it's like CB just took him down at will. And Mayhem said he was in the best shape of his life. In round three, the exact same thing. CB took him down and controlled him. He barely threw any punches when he was controlling him on the floor. It's like he was just holding him. I was just wondering, what is your game plan, CB? Is it just to hold him for 3 rounds and throw a few punches here and there? I don't get it. That's why people were booing, because he basically just held Mayhem down. He had his back so many times in this fight, and he could have finished it so many times, but he was just content on holding him. I hate fighters that do that, that just hold people for 3 rounds just to squeak out the win. But again, it's Mayhem's fault. It's like he was barely doing anything trying to get up too. It was just a crazy fight. So CB won, unanimous decision. Edson Barboza versus Jamie Varner. Woo! There is a lot of hype behind this guy, Edson Barboza. Actually, even when they were fighting, there were Barboza chants. Barboza was landing kicks like crazy. Jamie Varner just powered through them and clipped Barboza. Then Barboza fell on his back. Jamie Varner started doing ground and pound. Barboza stood up, was running away, and Jamie Varner was chasing him and clipped him again. And Jamie Varner gets the win via TKO, and he is back. And he even looked at the camera and he said, "I'm back!" Skyscraper versus LaVar Johnson. This fight lasted 1 minute. You already know it was bound to happen. LaVar lost by submission. Skyscraper pulled guard and got him in an arm bar. LaVar immediately tapped. LaVar, work on your ground game ASAP. Just do that. Because everybody knows his power is amazing, but he was outed. It was going to happen sooner or later. But great job by Stefan. Stipe versus Shane Del Rosario. In the first round, these two guys went to war. They were just trading blows back and forth. Kicks, punches. It was a great first round. In the last part of the round, Stipe took Shane down. But Shane clearly won that round. His striking was just a little bit more tweaked. Second round starts. Stipe takes down Shane and lands some sick elbows on him repeatedly, just digging them. And then the ref came and stopped the fight. And then after the fight, you see a huge scar above Shane's eyebrow. It was sick. He just needs to work on his ground game, and Stipe got a good win under his belt and remains undefeated. Roy Big Country Grizzly Adams Nelson versus Dave Pee Wee Porn Theater Herman. Woo! This fight lasted 51 seconds. Nelson threw his powerful right hand, landed. Pee Wee Herman fell down and sat down. He was out. And then Big Country went in for the kill. By that time he was out already. Steve Mazzagatti went in to stop it. And then Pee Wee grabbed Mazzagatti's leg and tried to take him down, which was funny. But that got the MGM Grand audience to stand up and go crazy. That fight was awesome. Cain Velasquez versus Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Holy sh... Oh. I don't get goosebumps watching fighters come out or when they fight, but I do for Velasquez and few others, because you know when you see them fight, you're seeing something special. The start of the fight, Cain immediately took him down, and he did some nasty elbows and ground and pound. That fight was so bloody, it reminded me of BJ Penn versus Joe Stevenson. He punched him so many times, Bigfoot just turtled up. The ref came in and stopped the fight. Cain stood up like a boss and just walked around. Cain made him look like an amateur, and Bigfoot beat Fedor. Damn, what a great fighter. JDS versus Frank Mir. Holy beep. Everybody knew what was going to happen. Mir was going to sleep. I even wrote on Twitter, I hope Mir's camp brought a pillow. I got my pillow right here. I thought it was going to be over in the first round, but it went to the second round. But you know what happened? He landed that right, and this is Mir when he got hit. Mir said in interviews that he was going to pull guard, and that's exactly what he did, but nope. I already knew it. JDS is too smart for that. I was on Twitter saying Mir is going to get KO'd all over the place. Everybody was saying that. Junior defends his belt. Now I want to see Junior versus Cain. Hell yeah, that is going to be a sick fight. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe, share my videos, and follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/MMAgenius. The link is right here. Thanks for watching.